welcome back to Guest Edition. I'm Anna.
And I'm Lucy.
And today we're going to be chatting with inventor Alfred Rogers.
Yeah, we're going to be talking all things hovercraft today at a safe social distance.
Absolutely, so let's introduce him. Hello Alfred, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And it's very nice to be here with two very attractive young ladies. Anyway, my name is Alfred Rogers. I'm 83 years of age. And I'm very pleased to be on your programme.
That's lovely. So can you tell us just a bit more about yourself and your background?
Yes, well, when as a very young age I used to get a magazine called The Eagle, which most people probably won't remember, but it was very, very popular and always had exploded views of inventions or articles or aircraft or something. And there's another magazine called How It Works, and I just loved that magazine. I used to take things to bits to see how they worked, and also from the age of 12 I used to have to go into a shop, a family business, and every Saturday would work.
And tell us a little bit about your family.
Well, I have a nice family actually. I've got two boys who are inventors, which I'm not really an inventor, I'm more of an innovator, who like to ponder problems. I have a daughter, very nice wife, who is very, helps me an awful lot. Couldn't have got through without her. I have 5 talented grandchildren. So I'm very proud actually of my family.
Could you tell us a little bit about any other projects that you've done?
I started training in radio and television, and after 5 years after qualifying, I then moved on and went on to aircraft equipment. I rebuilt a cottage in Wales. I built hang gliders. I built 2 boats. Flown microlights. I've done many things. I can't recall all of them, but I've had an interesting life, always been busy.
Sounds like you've been up to a lot in your life, but what we want to know most about today is the hovercraft that you've built. So can you tell us a bit more about that?
Well, the hovercraft really, because I used to model in aircraft and boats, it always fascinated me, and the hovercraft is really a boat and an aircraft, the two together. So it caught my interest, and I went down to New Brighton one day and found one on the beach, went out on it, but I realised that because of all the noise and the disturbance on a nice day, the people were not very pleased. So thinking to myself, if I built electric, then it would be a lot quieter, a lot more acceptable, and people would tolerate it.
And better for the environment.
Absolutely, that's my main issue, the environment.
Grandad, how's he going to get back to the shore?
The wind will blow it back.
So Alf, how did you go about making your hovercraft electrical?
Well, I ordered the plans for a hovercraft. It was an Eagle from L&M, I think it was. When it came through, I then ordered electric motors, or I went out and got second-hand motors, and I ordered a fan for it and proceeded to build it.
I can't imagine that building a hovercraft is very easy, so did you have any problems along the way?
No, not really. They're quite simple to build actually. They're not complicated. They're certainly not complicated. You just need to be handy with your hands, a bit of woodworking, and follow the plans. It's all been done before, so just a matter of progressing. But having finished it and trying different motors on, not being petrol but electric with limited power, I realised that this particular craft was too heavy for the electric. So eventually I took it to the beach actually, and we went out with the family and all the kids and my granddaughter and the others jumped in it, and we towed it around the place and we had great fun with it. But as far as keeping it with electric, no. So eventually I broke that particular one up. But before that I did try it out. I tried it with electric motors on the lake in Birkenhead.
So, what would you say you've learnt so far?
Well, when you actually do something that nobody's done before or you haven't seen before, it's 1% really inspiration and 99% perspiration. But making mistakes is very important, because you learn more by making mistakes than you do getting it right first time.
So Alf, in terms of right now, whereabouts are you in your development?
Well, I re-examined Sir Christopher Cockerell, who invented the hovercraft. His first ideas that he formed with 2 tin cans, per scales and a hairdryer, and I pondered what he'd done, and I ended up with 5 1-meter diameter pots, which I'm progressing with now, and feel that I'm making headway with efficiency.
So before we go, do you have any final thoughts, anything you want to express?
Well, now with all the knowledge that I have and having seen the way my pod works, I think that I've created a more efficient form of skirt, a simpler one, but I can also see my way clear to perhaps suggesting that the finger skirt or the segmented skirt hasn't been changed for about 40 years basically, and I think there is a way of improving it. I'd like to see some movement in that field.
Well Alf, it's been really interesting talking to you, and I think you should be proud of what you've achieved in the last 7 and 8 years.
Well, that's very nice of you, Anna. Very nice indeed, and lovely to have been here.
It's been really fun. We'll see you all next week. This has been Guest Edition. Bye.
Bye!
Bye.